Hi everyone! Today we're going to make Mr. Luke's famous mint chocolate shortbread Canadian cookies. These are a Christmas cookie and they taste super good at any time of the year. Just don't eat too many because they're not very healthy. So, the first step in our recipe is to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Celsius or about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll go do that, turning on the oven now. So you can see the nice fire burning. I have to hold it for a second because this oven is funny. So 350 degrees is medium high. It's not all the way hot, but it's pretty hot. Next, we're going to look at the chocolate we have to put on top of the cookies. Now you are going to have to break this up like I did into little half squares. You can see Hershey's, you only get half of it per square, so it's the right side for the cookie. It's a really nice dark chocolate with mint flavoring, so it's not too sweet, but just sweet enough to be delicious. Once we have it all cut up, we're going to put it in the fridge or the freezer. I don't have space in my freezer, so it's just going in the fridge. And now we get to making the cookies. So, the first step, I need one more bowl, sorry. The first step is to soften the butter, because you don't want to make these shortbread cookies with hard butter. Now, these cookies take a lot of butter. I'm making a lot of cookies because I want to give some to the staff of Maple Bear. Now remember, at this point we've already washed our hands, we're already all clean and ready to cook. So we're going to use 680 grams of butter. So that's almost 3.5 packages of butter, which we're going to put into this bowl here, one by one, and then we're going to soften. Perfect. You might want to try to get a harder spoon that doesn't bend like my spoon is. And you might want to try to not drop butter on the floor. That's good advice. So, we're going to skip forward through the step of me scooping out the butter and warming it in the microwave for just about 30 seconds until it's soft but not liquid. Alright, pause now. And we're back. So, now I've got the butter all ready, beautiful, soft but not all liquid. Next we're going to add the sugar. We're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar and we're going to mix it all together. Now, because I have limited memory space on my tablet, we're going to pause the video again. And now we're mixing the butter and the sugar together until it's all mixed together. Pause. The next step is to add 2 tablespoons or a little more of vanilla extract. I really like vanilla, so you'll see my tablespoons are a little messy and I just toss a little bit more in there. And then I mix it in with the butter and the sugar. And you'll know when it's done when you don't see any more spots of brown. And now we do the same with the peppermint extract. Now this peppermint extract is hard to find in Brazil, so this bottle comes all the way from South Africa. Okay, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of this as well. Pause. Alright, so we've mixed the butter and the sugar together. We've added peppermint extract. We've added vanilla extract. The next step is to add the flour. Now for this particular recipe, we're going to be adding almost 6 cups of flour. So I'm just going to show you one. You put it in, and you mix it in to the cookie batter until it's all mixed, and then you do it again until you've got 6 cups of flour. Pause. So now we have our 6 cups of flour put in and mixed really well. All you're going to do is form little balls of cookies about this size, you can see, but you can make them however big you want. Just know it will take however much time. If you make them bigger, it takes more time in the oven. And then before putting them in, you'll press them down lightly, just a little bit, they don't need to be flat, with a fork. Next step will be putting them in the oven. Pause. So now we have the cookies all made and ready to go into the oven, which is preheated to 350 degrees Celsius. We put them in, let them bake for about 10 to 12 minutes, but I like to cook them a little slower so that I don't burn them. Alright, we'll be back in 10 to 12 minutes with fresh cookies. Alright, we're back. So, you can see it's been about 20 minutes, honestly. I'm cooking these cookies on low temperature. But I use the time to clean up everything so my parents don't get mad at me for leaving a mess, and to make the rest of the cookies into a shape just using my hands instead of the fork. I've got the chocolate out and ready, and now here we go. Cookies fresh from the oven. You'll see they're just lightly golden brown on the bottom. I think I cooked these ones a little too long. Now, what you want to do is take a piece of chocolate and gently press it into the middle of the cookie. I'm not going to do it for all, or yes I can. Press it into the middle of each cookie. A big cookie gets a big piece of chocolate, a small cookie gets a small piece of chocolate, obviously. So once you press these in, the cookies are really hot, and you want to remember to always use something to hold it. Now you put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes until the chocolate is hard and not melty, then you can take it out and be ready to eat.